Stellaris 3.2 will introduce a couple of new things, and they're already teasing the new content in Dev Diary 228. We have the Pompous Purists Civic for xenophobic diplomats, the ship browser experiment, so we might or might not get a ship browser. More Anomaly Variety will be introduced, and there will be more and different terraforming events, and the AI will terraform more often apparently. So Pompous Purists is a civic for a society so utterly convinced of their own superiority that any attempt at diplomacy not initiated by themselves will be utterly ignored. Think elves. Can only engage in diplomacy with other empires if they are the proposer. Trust growth though is plus 30%, and they get 2 available envoys, 2 more. Requirements are they need to be xenophobe, but not, of course, fanatic purifiers, not inward perfection, because they will isolate completely, and will not have a scion, because they think they are superior on their own. So that's a pretty big trust growth bonus, and 2 available envoys are also pretty good. Nothing to sneeze at. I think it's a good addition, and it will be something different that will help xenophobes kind of bond together. Something they've always failed to do in the long run. So either a xenophobe run away or the xenophobes will fail in the end. But this opens up the possibility of xenophobe federations. That's very interesting. Also, everyone will get the new ship browser in 3.2, which means you can select any of the possible appearances for your ships, and you can see in advance what kind of ship looks how. You'll have the whole overview from the start instead of just one example of a ship. The Stellaris Anomaly Variety. The designer, Victor, decided to go through every single anomaly category and add new anomalies to orphan categories that were open to improvement here. For example, that here. Crystal growth, the life forms living on SL and so on, were nothing like we expected. Our scientists report back that the asteroid has crystal growths. These growths have turned out to be self-sustaining and caused by the crystals taking in the ambient radiation of Poa and combining it with the mineral composition of the asteroid. The crystals themselves are primarily made of sucrose and could potentially even be edible. Curious, edible you say? So you could eat them potentially. This is not only limited to new anomalies, but also some old classics were revisited, adding options to events that previous designers created before a lot of the resources they now use were added to the game, and they were introduced into the new system. For example, the abandoned cargo pod, the old thing, was left by someone in the upper atmosphere a long time ago, and so on. Would have been in the gas giant's crushing atmosphere within another few years. When the crew of the ship unsealed the pod, they found a stash of alien jewelry made out of precious metals. So you can melt them down, you can sell them, probably different materials, you can study their construction, probably research, or you can just keep them. Maybe they're nice to look at. Then we have new terraforming events. As you can see, a few varied random events were added for terraforming, so they're not just a matter of take all my money and terraform all these planets to Gaia worlds. So not only pressing a button getting a better planet. Bonuses vary from getting more districts of a chosen type to perhaps uncovering a dig site left by a species enamored by war. As you can see here, that is a superfluous terraforming equipment event. After completing the terraforming of Mars, our terraforming specialists have spotted a golden opportunity. The remaining terraforming equipment can potentially be repurposed as infrastructure for the planet. For more housing, some foundries, expand this world's energy capabilities. You can never have enough mines, so probably more mining districts, more farms for Mars, apple trees for Mars. Or just scrap the equipment, probably for money or energy, as we tell it. And then there's also another designer, Caligula Caesar, has managed to restore the AI's terraforming hunger. Previously, the AI needed to gather an absurd amount of energy credits to even consider terraforming, but that has now been rectified. AI has been spotted changing and creating optimal planets in the internal testing as well, more likely also to pick terraforming techs and appropriate ascension perks in certain circumstances. Quite nice that the AI also starts terraforming planets instead of spamming empty habitats everywhere. So I hope the AI gets further improved. I really like all these changes that will come for free. And have a great time until next time, and happy gaming. This is Immanuel Can signing out. See you soon, and happy gaming.